Hey everyone, Dr. N is here. Today we're diving into an essential topic, choosing the right AI medical scribe for your practice. In this episode, we will explore the key features to consider, share critical security tips, and provide insider advice to help you make the best choice. By the end, you will know exactly what to look for. So let's jump in. Here's today's podcast where we break it all down for you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. We are always looking for ways to be more efficient, and there are so many new tools popping up all the time. And one I've been hearing a lot about lately is these AI medical scribes.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of buzz.
They are. Have you had a chance to look into them at all?
I've been trying to keep up with all the latest developments. It's really changing the game.
Yeah, and for all of us out there, I know how busy everyone is, so if there's something that can take a little bit of that load off us, especially with documentation.
Especially the documentation.
I think we're all ears, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what we're going to be diving into today, all about AI medical scribes. Really going to give you everything you need to know to choose the right one for you.
That's right. We're going to go over accuracy, compliance features, cost support, ease of use, all of that good stuff.
All right, let's dive in. So first up, accuracy. This has got to be number one, right?
Absolutely. You can't compromise on accuracy when it comes to patient records.
Right. And it's interesting because some of these services, they're really prioritizing speed over accuracy.
Yeah, that's something to watch out for because, it sounds good, faster processing, but not if it means there are errors.
Right. And those errors can really impact patient care, obviously safety, and then also, legal risks.
Huge liability issues, yeah. The good news is AI has come a long way, but the articles you selected really stress that human oversight is still crucial.
So don't just hit send without looking it over.
Exactly. Think of the AI as your assistant drafting the initial notes. You're still the expert reviewing, editing, and ensuring everything is accurate and complete before signing off.
Got it. So what would you say is the most important thing for our listeners when they're trying to assess how accurate one of these services is?
Definitely take advantage of those free trials. Most services offer them, and that's a great opportunity to really put it to the test. Try some of your typical patient interactions, feed it some of your notes, see how it does.
But not just rely on the marketing.
Don't just believe what they tell you. You got to see it in action.
See it for yourself. Very good advice.
Yeah.
Okay, so accuracy, checked off the list. Next up, compliance. Another biggie.
Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. We're dealing with sensitive patient data all the time. What should people be looking for?
Well, first off, make sure the service uses HTTPS protocol.
Oh, yeah.
That little S in the website address, it means the data is encrypted.
So it's secure.
It's like putting it in a sealed envelope. Nobody can peek inside.
Makes sense. And what about the login process?
Yeah, you want to make sure they require email verification, strong passwords, not just password 123, uppercase, lowercase numbers, special characters.
Right, the whole 9 yards.
Exactly. And some services even offer multi-factor authentication. That extra layer of security is really important.
That's good. And one other thing I've noticed is that some of them have session timeouts.
Yeah, that's really important too, because if you step away from your computer, you don't want somebody else accessing that sensitive data.
That's a good point. So if you're looking at one of these services and it seems like they're missing any of these key features.
Red flag.
Red flag, don't do it.
You gotta move on. There are plenty of other options out there. Don't compromise on patient privacy.
Okay, so we've talked about accuracy, compliance. Now let's get into the features, which I think is where it gets really fun, but also can get really confusing.
Yeah, there's a lot of, bells and whistles out there.
So how do you tell, what are the things that people really need? And what's just like a junk feature?
Well, one thing I always look for is the ability to customize the length of the notes.
Okay.
Because, some people want a really concise summary. Others might need a more detailed account of the visit. And having that flexibility is important.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Another crucial feature is specialty-specific customization.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to ask you about that. Why is that so important?
Think about it. A cardiologist and a dermatologist use totally different terminology.
Right. Completely different.
So an AI that's only trained on general medical language might miss some important details.
Not going to understand the nuances.
Exactly. So if you're a cardiologist, you need an AI that knows what ejection fraction means or pericarditis, those specific terms.
So if you see that it offers that specialty-specific option, that means?
That means they've done their homework, they've gone the extra mile to really train the AI on the specific language of your field.
That's good to know.
Okay, quick switch up. If you're looking for a reliable, secure, and time-saving AI scribe, take a look at Scribe Medica. It's designed to help clinicians save up to 3 hours a day with accurate HIPAA-compliant notes. Link in the description below. Now, let's get back to the podcast.
Okay, so features, we're getting through it all now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about cost.
All right, the big one.
Yeah, because I've seen these services range from, pretty affordable to like, ouch.
Yeah, there's a wide range, and it's tempting to go for the cheapest option, but
But you get what you pay for.
you really do think about it. Like, buying a stethoscope, you wouldn't just pick the cheapest one on the market.
You want quality.
Exactly. You want something that's reliable, accurate, and that's going to last,
Okay, so not just automatically the cheapest.
Often true, those free forever options might be tempting, but
Yeah.
they come with limitations. Slower speeds, limited features, maybe even your data being used to train their algorithms.
Interesting. We need to be careful about our data, especially in healthcare.
Absolutely. Investing in a paid service gets you better support, faster responses, more features. It's an investment in your efficiency and peace of mind.
So next up, we're going to be talking about support.
All right.
And then ease of use, so stay tuned.
Oh,
You've given us a lot to think about. Now, what about support? I feel like that often gets overlooked when we're evaluating new technology.
support is so important, especially when you're first getting started with a new tool. You want to be able to hit the ground running.
Yeah, you don't want to be stuck.
Exactly. So look for services that offer good tutorials, helpful tips, and make sure they're responsive to questions.
So you can actually get help when you need it.
Because what's the point of having this technology if you can't even figure out how to use it?
Right, it defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, and then our last criterion for today is ease of use.
All right.
And I think this ties back to, our overall goal here is we want to make our lives easier as providers.
Absolutely. Efficiency is key.
Exactly.
Mm.
So how does that factor into choosing an AI scribe?
Well, you don't want a system that's clunky or confusing. It should make your life easier, not harder.
Right, it's like having a messy desk.
Exactly. You waste so much time just trying to find what you need. So when you're trying out these services, pay attention to the user interface.
Is it intuitive?
Is it easy to navigate? Can you find the features you need quickly?
So what are some of the signs of a really user-friendly interface?
Well, I always look for a clean, simple design, not too many buttons.
Keep it streamlined?
Exactly. Each button should have a clear function. You want to be able to do a lot with just a few clicks.
So it's about finding that balance between functionality and simplicity.
Exactly. The ideal AI scribe should just blend seamlessly into your workflow. You shouldn't even have to think about it.
It should just work.
It should just work and make documentation so much easier.
Okay, so we've covered a lot today. Let's just do a quick recap for our listeners. So when you are choosing an AI medical scribe, the key things to keep in mind are
Accuracy first and foremost. Make sure that AI is generating accurate transcripts.
test it out.
Test it out, absolutely. And don't compromise on compliance.
That's right. Patient privacy is key.
Make sure they have those strong security measures. We talked about HTTPS, email verification, strong passwords, session timeouts.
And don't get distracted by a bunch of fancy features. Focus on the ones that really matter. Customization options for note length and that specialty-specific customization.
Yeah, make sure the AI understands your specific field.
Absolutely. And remember, you often get what you pay for, so don't be afraid to invest in a quality service.
One that offers good support gives you peace of mind.
And free can be tempting, but proceed with caution.
Be mindful of those limitations and that data privacy.
And prioritize ease of use.
You want a user-friendly interface that's going to make your life easier.
Absolutely. So now that we've given our listeners all this information to think about, I want to leave them with kind of a thought-provoking question. So now that you know what to look for, how can you integrate an AI scribe into your workflow to really maximize the benefits, but without compromising patient care?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Because that human connection is still so important.
It is so important.
It's about finding that balance between harnessing the power of this new technology and maintaining that human touch that makes medicine so special.
And I would love to hear our listeners' thoughts on this. Share your experiences, your insights, your strategies. Let's all learn from each other.
Absolutely. We're all on this journey together.
We are. So this is an ongoing conversation.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of AI medical scribes.
Phew. It was a deep dive.
It was a deep dive. I hope our listeners feel like they learned a lot and that they feel empowered to go out there and make some good decisions about this technology.
I hope so, too.
And remember, it's all about using technology to enhance patient care, not replace that human connection.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right, thanks for joining us on this journey, and we will be back soon with another episode exploring all the new advancements that are shaping the future of healthcare. It really is. It's all about finding those tools that help us be better providers. So until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and let's keep talking about this stuff.
Absolutely. We're all in this together, figuring out how to use these amazing new AI tools to help our patients and make our lives a little bit easier.
That's a wrap, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into AI Medical Scribes, sponsored by Scribe Medica, an innovative AI medical scribe tool designed to help you focus on what matters most, your patients. We'll see you on the next episode of The Deep Dive.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit the like button, share it with other clinicians who might find this information helpful, and subscribe to the channel for the latest updates. Watch this video here to learn how to integrate an AI scribe to your medical practice with minimal disruption.